Thank you, Madam Moderator. As has been noted, worsening food and energy price shocks are having devastating impacts, particularly in developing countries. And as with all economic shocks, women and marginalized constituencies are bearing the brunt. These frequent shocks are symptomatic of a fundamentally unbalanced global economy. The problem of commodity dependence is twofold. First, there is primary commodity export dependence, which has led to hugely unequal exchange through global trade. Through this unequal exchange, rich countries rely on a large net appropriation from the global south, including tens of billions of tons of raw materials and hundreds of billions of hours of human labor per year. The systematic price suppression of exports and labor from the global south has extracted an estimated $62 trillion since 1960. There's also the issue of commodity import dependence. The cost of imports consistently exceeds the revenue being earned from primary commodity exports, worsening debt dependence and hindering structural transformation. Import dependence for essential goods, including food, fuel, and medicine, leads to structural vulnerability to external price shocks and volatility, which are generated by both direct and indirect violence, ranging from wars to the use of tariffs as unilateral coercive measures. The recent illegal invasions in the Swana region have painfully exposed these vulnerabilities and connected the issues of commodity dependence to questions of trade and climate justice. A staggering 75% of the world is dependent on fossil fuel imports. In 2023 alone, the oil and gas industry reaped a record combined income of more than $2.7 trillion. The two biggest investment funds in the world, BlackRock and Vanguard, are major shareholders in each of the 8 most profitable pesticide and fertilizer companies, the petroleum-intensive inputs fueling the agri-food system. This does not reflect an economic system designed to propel development or respect planetary boundaries. A full transition away from fossil fuels is necessary to avert complete planetary breakdown. However, the question of how to structure this transition is a deeply political one. Critical minerals form the basis of the majority of renewable energy sources, and approximately 70% are located in developing countries. The central question of a just transition is extraction for who, on what terms, and to whose benefit. There are attempts by developed countries to secure their own access to critical minerals on the one hand and to impose sustainability standards on the other. The transition away from fossil fuels must remain a justice issue at its core, beyond investor priorities and certainly beyond making this transition profitable for multinational corporations. A just transition is our last chance to build a new global economy that ensures the fulfillment of rights, including the right to development, and respects planetary boundaries. It is high time to democratize both the form and function of the economy, breaking out of the extractive patterns of commodity import and export dependence that have held us back. I thank you.